Hey guys and girls, welcome back to some Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky the Third. After a rewarding beginning, Kevin got out of there alive, took his target, took their relic, and yeah, we got out of there, which was awesome. If you haven't seen the first part, check that out. Um, Otherwise, you won't know where we're at. So let's continue. Congratulations on completing your operation, sir. My thoughts exactly. It seemed to be a rather easy one for you in the end, too. Compared to what they're usually like, it was. If I'd had a bit more time, I could have enjoyed some private time with a real gem of a woman, too. But I'll have to settle for crying myself to sleep tonight. Not this again. Unless you want another earful from the commander, you might want to start taking your work more seriously. I know. Lighten up a little, yeah? I swear, I'll never get how you hard-headed types ended up assigned to a slacker like me. This may come as a shock, but you are a Dominion, you know. We can't very well have you acting alone without any form of backup. As long as you're here and this ship is under your command, the slacker or not, we're here too. Even then, you've got a lot less squires in your service than you should have. Maybe you should take this chance to gather up a few more. I think I'm gonna have to pass. That'll just make it even harder for me to work on my own. I thought you'd say that. We'd prefer it if you would actually trust us to help you a little more, sir. I mean, all we could do in that salt pail operation was transport the thing. You say that as if transporting it isn't a huge responsibility in itself. After all, the last thing we wanted was him catching wind of it and becoming wary of us. Is something wrong? Oh, not a thing. Anyway, as per the original plan, we need to get ourselves back to Arteria ASAP. We should be able to reach there by noon tomorrow. Or today, now I guess. Got it. Where's it from? Arteria, apparently. It's a call from Commander Selnet. Oh, you are kidding me. Getting a call from her right after a mission is always a bad sign. Let's get this over with. Put her through. Alright. Evening, Kevin. It sounds like you did well. Fill me in on the details. Basically went without issue. The artifact was the Fool's Locket. There were signs of society involvement, but it looks like they've cut any ties with him a long time ago. I see. As I thought then. Good work all around. I say you deserve a well-earned rest, but unfortunately, I can't grant you one. And here we go. Is something the matter? Oh, I'm just dandy. Please, continue. Well then, as much as I hate to spring this on you immediately after finishing one mission, I got something I'd like you to do for me. Regarding a heretic, I assume? Not this time. All I want you to do is pick something up. The object in question is currently being held underneath Grancel Cathedral. Grancel? Do you think this object may be somehow related to the Aureole? Oh, I'm not going to pronounce things right in this. Fair warning. It's a distinct possibility. Can I count on you to handle this? Alright. That said, we've already got one artifact on this ship that needs transporting back, so I'll let the crew here take that to Arteria. I'll handle going to Liberal on my own. That's fine with me. Oh, incidentally, you won't actually be alone. I've dispatched a rookie squire to aid you. They'll be serving you from now on, so do play nice, won't you? Wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute. You can't just spring a rookie on me out of nowhere like this. Meetings ordained by the goddess always come suddenly and unannounced. Don't worry, though. They won't be a burden. The abilities they demonstrated during training were truly something special. Well, I will be praying for your success. Well, congratulations on the new recruit. We were only just saying you could do with more squires serving you. And I was so not down. I can't believe this. She never changes, I swear. Oh, if all the people reading that book had any idea what a hellion she is in the real life. Oh, Cornelia? I've always wondered whether publishing it was really such a good idea, to be honest. It's a complete advertisement saying we exist to the world. If anything, I'd say a book that wild just serves to make people less likely to believe we really exist. And then the heroine died in it, which obviously is a big fat lie. If they'd actually met her, they'd know she's the kind of woman who could probably take a bullet to the head and ask for a cigarette first thing. I think we should probably refrain from commenting here. Anyway, you guys heard her. I'm gonna leave taking care of everything else related to our mission to you guys. Just follow the money trail. There might still be hidden accounts we don't know about. Understood, sir. What will you be doing from here? We need to return to Arteria, obviously, but we can drop you off somewhere. You can put me down in any old state we pass on the way there. Preferably near a town that has international flights going out of it, I guess. Got it. Oh, it looks like the sun's starting to come up. Excuse my cough, guys. I'm almost over my sickness. But the cough just doesn't want to go anywhere. I'm curious, does this take... Because I know... Oh, prologue. Because I know this is supposed to take place after, like, a month or two or something. I think. Or, like, 3 months after the second game. But I'm curious if the beginning takes place there, or does the beginning take place during, and then it picks up, like, in Chapter 1 after everything? I don't know. Because he's talking about that he's going to get dropped off at Liberal. And he's going to Grand Soul Cathedral to pick up something. Same day, afternoon. In the skies of Midwestern Zamoria, roughly 500 selgs from Liberal. International airline, Gretna. Hey, it's the photographer, journalist lady. I forget her name. She was with what's his name? I forget their names. You help her in like one of the first ever missions on the first trails, I want to say. Molly? Dolly? I'm getting a Dorothy. I knew something with a D. Oh, they've gone out of sight now. I wonder if they're busy migrating. It looks like they can't keep up with the ship, though. Guess not every bird can be as fast as sea. But they were very cute. But look who it is. I know you. It really is you. Long time no see, Dorothy. I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. Funny coincidence, huh? It really is. It's good to see you again, too. Father... You don't remember my name, do you? Don't be silly. Of course I do. It's, Oh, I remember. It's Onion Graham. But of course, how lucky I am to have been named after such a multi-purpose plant. That's not even a name, Dorothy. You really did forget, didn't you? And yet you somehow managed to remember my last name like it was nothing. I was just being silly. A couple of days ago, I had this amazing onion hot pot over in the eastern quarter in Calvard. So I've still got onions on the brain. Couldn't believe a hot pot with just onions in it could taste that good, but I swear it did. It was so comforting and sweet. So that's how I ended up saying onion instead of your name. Well, whatever. So if you insist, you haven't forgotten, well, what is my name then? I do insist. I'll never forget. It's lovely to see you again, Jasmine Graham. But of course, how lucky I am to have been named after such a fragrant plant. That might be an actual name this time, but it's a woman's name. Oh, I see. So you're here to carry out a follow-up investigation on all that trouble that happened earlier in the year. And it's about the Geist, yeah. Come to think of it, how'd you end up on an international liner like this? You said you were in the Eastern Quarter, right? Were you there to write about it for the Liberal News? Yep. Now actually let me go on my own this time, too. Wow, that was daring of him. I'm not sure I'd want to let you handle traveling abroad for a report alone. Then again, it's only by taking on positions of responsibility that people can properly grow. Oh, I'm doing plenty of that. I mean, I wasn't sure what I'd do when I ended up in Calvard instead of Bose Market, but I managed just fine. Wait a second. Niall told you to go to Bose, not Calvard? He sure did, but then I got on the airship, fell asleep, and before I knew it, I was chilling out in Calvard's capital. Weird, huh? It sounds like you got on the wrong airship to me. Let my brain catch up. So you were in the Republic for literally days when you weren't even supposed to be there? Did you even have enough money to manage, or Heidios help us, a passport? Well, fortunately, there was someone from the Liberalian embassy at the airport who could issue me a temporary passport. And then tons of people were really nice to me and helped while I was there. So I had all the dough a girl could ask for. I don't even know where to start. Now I must be worried sick about you. You think? He didn't sound so hot when I called yesterday to say I'd be coming back to the office. I keep telling him that all that smoking is bad for him, but he never listens. I don't think you can pin the crime on tobacco this time, Missy. Thank you for all taking this journey aboard the Gretna. We'll be arriving at our terminal, Gransel City, in roughly 30 minutes. We ask that you take this chance to check that you have all your belongings with you, and to return to your seat before we begin our landing. Until then, please enjoy the remainder of your flight. Phew. Sounds like we're almost there. I'm gonna have a walk around the ship to kill some time. How about you? I'm not sure. I suppose I might as well go and snap some more photos. It's not often I get to take an international liner. Sounds like a plan. See you later. Later. Oh, Dorothy. Alright. So he starts off at level 91, which means that, yeah. Legends games, in their sequels tend to, like, wow. Like, they lead you straight off into, like, triple digits and beyond by the time you get to the end of it. So maybe I have to check. You have all your belongings. Unbelievably stubborn. No, I'm not budging on this. Her stubbornness drives me nuts. She isn't even interested in listening. My brother's always so selfish. He only ever thinks about himself. He doesn't care about what I do. We'll soon be arriving in Gransel. Please ensure that you have all your stuff. Hello. I'm really not good at heights. I mean, it's not a phobia level or anything. Do I want to look out? I kind of do, but I kind of don't. That would be me. I'm not really scared of heights, but I don't think. But, I don't know. I've seen too many crash movies and, like, where things crash, and it doesn't help. That was one amazing business discussion. The world is full of surprises. Still, while she might not have the upper hand, she did get what she wanted. It's not like she lost anything. I had to put up a good fight for someone so young. A 6-4 deal in my favor. No scratch. Scratch that 7. Wow. Mommy, can I have a look around outside? I'm bored. No, you can't. Please sit down like a good girl. I swear sometimes. Can she not sit down quietly for 5 blissful minutes? I used to be a sailor back in the day. Back in the day, I used to sail the rough waters of the Tilth Bay. Times are always changing. We're finally back home in Liberal. Now, if you remember correctly, I believe, Joshua and Estelle got together at the end of the second one, I want to say, and if I remember correctly, and they kind of vowed to look for the one enforcer, the little girl, to find her, and bring her back from the deep end, basically, and that's where that kind of went, and that's why they went on their long journey. I couldn't have wished for a better honeymoon. I'm so glad I chose to spend life with him. My wife went back to her family's home. If anyone was gonna come to this, I wish I could be as carefree as he is. Being out here is amazing. You're gonna see Mommy. You wanna come? Go have fun with your mom, okay, kiddo? Alright, let's look down on the lower decks. I don't even want to be out here right now. Why do I have to? It's not fair. My dad's so annoying. I'm 16, you know. I'm old enough to do whatever the hell I want. Oh, potty mouth on her. Why do you want to know what I wanted to be as a child to begin with? It's not really something you normally tell complete strangers. I'm on to you, mister. You can't distract me. My dream was to become a phantom thief. Isn't that cool? Speaking of phantom thieves, Persona. No prizes for guessing what kind of book she must have read as a kid. Who knew she'd be so persistent? How can I get out of this? I can't tell her, a tough guy like me. used to want to be a pastry chef. There's nothing wrong with being a pastry chef. I want cakes now. Be careful. I know. I've been doing this route for 3 years. Holding west, northwestern. Let's go lower. Engineer man. Alright, the orbital pressures looks perfect. Perfect. Sorry, but I'm going to have to not to be here. It's for your own safety, you might end up tripping. I'm not gonna trip. I'm a freaking grouse ritter. I'm too awesome for tripping. Oh, these are the fancy class people. I'm finally almost in Liberal. Why did I come near us? Because it's the last spot the ancient dragon was sighted. As soon as we land, I need to go and talk to Linde? Is that what she said? He said? I'm off to see my grandchild and grandson. We haven't seen one another in 3 years now. I think a lot of people there wouldn't be much in the way of trouble after the non-aggression pact was signed. My grandchild. The cleaning staff for these airships really do a splendid job. Don't go getting yourself too worked up. You'll just end up screwing up even more like usual. First thing is stopping by the central factory in Zeiss. There's no better place to learn about cutting-edge technology. I get that you want to be an orbital engineer and all, but I think you could do with taking things a bit easier. Getting yourself stressed out and worked up is not going to help. Oh! This is a passenger announcement. We'll soon be arriving in Gransel City, the terminus of this liner. We suggest that all passengers return to their seats as soon as possible. Ah, it's so lovely to be back here again. Oh, quick reminder, guys, as I do with my playthroughs, I'm aiming for the story only. I will try to find side stuff if I'm if it doesn't go too much out of the way. But mainly I aim for the story. I do side stuff off screen in my own time, and encourage you guys to play this game, to find stuff and enjoy everything that it has to offer yourself. That's just how I do it. That's how I like to do it. Also, it kind of it keeps the train moving metaphorically with all my playthroughs. But yeah. Ah, it's so lovely to be back here again. The Republic was a wonderful place too, but you can't beat the air here in Liberal. You wouldn't believe all that stuff happened half a year ago, looking at Gransel now. Either. It's all completely back to normal. The people here sure are strong for what's usually such a peaceful country. Well, it's a country ruled by a queen. Everyone knows women are tough in the face of adversity. I'm not sure whether you're a perfect example of that, or the opposite. You're right about the air here, though. It is nice. Nostalgic, almost. Makes me feel a little homesick. Your home's in Arteria, right? The place with all the really big churches and stuff. Nah, I'm not actually from Arteria. Not many people are. It's actually pretty darn small. Like, smaller than most states around the continent. It's where the high seat of the Septine Church is, so lots of pilgrims and clergymen gather there, but few are actually born there. Oh, really? So where are you from, then? Dorothy! Niall. Oh, Niall, I'm home. Did you miss me? Did I miss you? Of course I missed you. What in ideal's name have you been doing? I sent you to Bose. How did you end up in Calvard? You were definitely on the westbound liner, I'm sure of it. I really don't know. Oh wait, I might actually know. Go on then, spit it out. I bet I'm a sleepwalker. After I got on the right airship, I fell asleep and then sleepwalked onto the wrong one. To think that all of this could turn out to be part of some elaborate murder plot. Wowie! All of a sudden, I feel like I walked right into a mystery novel. Sleepwalkers don't change airships, you idiot! I'm all out of breath now. Are you alright? I really do think you should cut down on your smoking. You're not as young as you used to be, you know.
Alright, your 30th birthday was last Friday too, wasn't it? Happy birthday! I brought a cake over in Calvert and had a big celebration for it too.
How is it that you can remember useless crap like that and not the things that actually matter? But you were just looking for an excuse to eat cake all by yourself, weren't you?
You should have seen it now. It was made with Eastern matcha, so it was unlike any cake I'd ever seen. That perfect blend of sweetness and bitterness was just sublime. I took lots and lots of cute pictures of it. I'll show you them all.
You brought me pictures of cake? At least bring back a souvenir. Man, I always felt like they could go into business as a comedy duo and actually make money off of it, but they're even more of a crack up now. Wait a second. Nice to see you again, Niall. You're looking same old, same old. Oh, maybe you're not so happy about that. What are you doing here? Please, please tell me she didn't end up going to Arteria and causing trouble there. Your wish is my command. We just ran into one another on that airship by total coincidence, that's all. Oh, good. You had me worried. I was scared stiff she'd gone and smashed some super expensive stained glass window in the cathedral there, or who knows what. So sorry for what you have to put up with.
Pshaw, you're too much of a worry wart.
Whose fault do you think that is? Still, it's good to see you again, Father. What brings you to Liberal? Something else happened? Oh, just a bit of work-related business I've got to take care of. It's not part of a major investigation, so don't go getting your hopes up. Nothing of interest gonna happen. I'll be the judge of that. Anyway, so where you staying for the time being, Gransell Cathedral? I'll have to drop by and say hi sometime when I get the chance. Go for it. In the meantime, I'm dragging your butt right back to the office, Dorothy. You're going to tell us all about what the hell you've been doing these past 2 weeks.
You betcha. I snapped photos of every meal I had while I was over in Calvert, so I'm sure if we develop them, I'll be able to remember everything.
I'm not talking about your gourmet report.
Same as always, those two. Yeah, seeing those two together really makes it sink in that I'm back here. Thinking about it, I wonder how all the others here are doing. I know Estelle and Joshua are abroad at the moment, but I've got no idea what the others are up to.
Is that you, Father Graham?
Lieutenant Colonel Sid.
Hey! Wasn't he evil at one point and then good again? I forget the plot line in this. I shouldn't spoil, though.
It's good to see you again. I'm pleased to see you've been keeping well since we last met at the banquet. Same to you, sir. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting you to be the Army representative who came to meet me, though. I figured it'd be Julia. It may have been, but she's currently out on another mission, so unfortunately, you'll have to make do with me. I didn't have anything better to do, so I came in her place. There's no need to be so modest. The little bird told me that you're going to be promoted to full-on colonel soon. I shouldn't be surprised your people have such a good information network, but I still am. Still, I'm afraid I still feel the position is too much responsibility for me. Brigadier General Bright still had plenty of work left in him, too. I wouldn't want to take any of it from him. Poor Cassius is still getting worked to the bone, huh? Anyway, getting down to business. It's in Gransell Cathedral, right? That's correct. It's being kept underneath it, to be more specific. Although I imagine you're already aware of that much. I hear a layman like myself can't even enter it without the knight's permission. Pretty much. It's a special place, you see. I'll fill you in on the details when we get there. Alright then. Well, we may as well head there right away. There's someone I want you to meet in the cathedral. Huh? Who? Let's just say someone who's been assisting with this case. They'll be apprising you of the details on what you're dealing with.
Watch it be like Scarazard or something. Look at Gransell. It's been a while since we've been here. It feels like a nostalgic trip for me as well. Seeing the news place right there and the cafe and just how everything is.
Oh, there you are.
Who's that? I thought that was gonna be someone we knew.
It's good to see you again, Archbishop. You look very well. Huh? And you must be...
I wasn't expecting you to be quite this young. How old are you?
What? 22, but...
That's a lot younger than I expected. Are the Grossrooters really so short-staffed that they're handing out their most important posts to kids? You can't blame me for assuming the Fifth Dominion would look like more of a veteran, can you? Your surprise is written all over your face. Someone in your position should have much better poker face than that. Maybe you need to redo your training from scratch. Or are you just acting, I wonder?
How do you... Professor Russell, please. I knew she looked familiar. That's Tita's mom, right? She looked like an older Tita. I was looking at her like, what? Really? He isn't here for you to try and pick a fight with him. Please try and be a little less deliberately provocative. What? Hell no.
He's here to steal the thing we went through so much effort to bring up, and you want me to play nice? And kindly, don't call me that ever again. I don't want to be addressed in the same way as that old coot.
Of course, ma'am. Wait, Russell? Then are you...
I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Erica Russell. I'm sure it's not a name you're going to be forgetting anytime soon.
That's Tita's mom. Huh? She's pretty foul-mouthed.
Still, I sure didn't expect to run into little Tita's mother here. I'd heard you and your husband were both living abroad. What brought you back?
What do you think?
After all that went down here, there was no way I was staying out of the country any longer than I had to. Though with how remote the region we were in is, it was all over by the time word reached us. Had we found out sooner, I sure wouldn't have let that maniac pull half the crap he did. Doesn't sound like you're too happy with the professor nowadays, huh?
Talk about an understatement. That whack job actually took my little girl to that floating city with him. I get that he's soft towards her, but that's no excuse for exposing her to danger.
That's fair.
And as if that isn't bad enough, he let that red-headed scumbag get near her too.
I forget his name. Isn't it Agate, I think? The heavy blade.
That other cretin isn't fit to be within 50 arches of my darling Tita. Never mind actually getting friendly with her.
So, you don't like Agate, huh?
Don't you speak that filthy name in front of me ever again.
Oh, when I'm finished with him, he'll wish he'd never been born. He might have survived the last onslaught, but we'll see how he fares against an even more powerful unit. Won't we?
She's a mother scorn.
I get the feeling this is a matter we're better off not prying into. I thought the same, so I don't know any more about it than you do. Incidentally, the Professor Russell you're more familiar with is currently vacationing abroad. As such, she has been assisting us with this case in his place. Oh, I see.
Are you two listening? Oh, of course, sorry.
Whatever. The old guy is abroad. This staircase sure is long, though. How much farther do we have to go? Not much as far as I know. Yep, there we go.
The Fifth Dominion. So that means that there's like a league of these guys. I knew there was a league of them, but I didn't know what they were actually called other than Grossritters. So it's like the First Dominion, the Second Dominion, etc.
A dead end? I hope you got a good explanation for this. I do. This isn't a dead end, but to go any farther, I'm going to need you to undertake a ritual of sorts from me.
Well, this certainly took a turn for the strange. Is this an example of the church's famous thaumaturgy?
Something like that. Specifically, I would like you to undertake a form of suggestion. I'm not sure I follow.
You want us to promise not to tell anyone what we see here, right?
That's a little extreme, so no. The Chrono is obviously going to need to report what happened here to his superiors for one thing. All I want you to promise is that you won't tell anyone who you aren't certain you can trust. I don't need you to say it. I just need you to think and believe it.
Weird, but alright.
If that's all you want us to do, so be it. I feel the same. Should we deliberately repeat it in our minds, then? You don't even need to do that. It should just come completely natural to you. Alright, here goes. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Space is golden glow, consciousness silver glow. By your opposing natures, reveal to them the path that leads to your sacrament. What? How did that door appear? Thank you both for your assistance. I can see that you were true to your words.
I see. So if we just said it but didn't really mean it, we wouldn't be able to see anything.
And yet I can hardly believe what happened. I imagine it would be uncouth of me to ask how all of this works. Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. Anyway, come on in. Primal ground. Wow. Unbelievable. All these years, I had no idea that such a place lay hidden beneath Grand Soul Cathedral. It's not exactly something we publicize. It was built in accordance with the agreement between the church and royal family. It has but one purpose, to suppress the power of ancient artifacts and keep their influence in check.
I see.
Its importance to you Grossritters is quite clear then. I'd assume there are similar ones in places other than Liberal.
I won't deny it.
Anyway, we call this place a primal ground.
Now there's a deep name, if I ever heard one.
Is the original ground the others are based on in Arteria?
I'll take that as a yes.
Oh, I'm not confirming anything.
I was just thinking about how much you take after the other Professor Russell, so...
Oh, thank you not to associate me with him.
He might choke me a little in the theoretical side of things. But when it comes to the practical side of orbital science, I could beat him in my sleep. And I was the one who designed the fundamental systems of the Capel and the Arcel.
Huh? That's cool. So she designed, those are the ships, I believe, right?
Really?
Nice.
But I think we're getting off topic here.
Is that, what was it?
This is the object in question, right? That's correct. It was pulled up 3 days ago from the area where the Liber Arc sank, and we believe it to be an artifact.
Okay, no, this is new then.
3 days prior, roughly at the center of Valeria Lake.
Where the Liber Arc sank.
Hey, it's Gustav. Damn, son. Going down already. If this spot turns out to be a bust, we're probably gonna have to call it quits. We can only hope. Professor Russell is certain that this is the area. Yep, and if she says it's here, it's here. Unfortunately, as you know, Valeria Lake's about as deep as a lake can get. Depending on how small the thing we're looking for is, actually finding it can still be a real task. Is it likely to be a small enough? Small though? The orbital reading suggested we're dealing with quite a large object, I believe. I wouldn't judge its size based off of those. Ah, Professor. Hey there, kiddo. Finished getting us a new estimated location?
Just about. It'd be real swell if you knocked it off with the kiddo, though.
I'm not sure it's the most appropriate way to address a married woman,
much less one who already popped out a child.
Sorry, but old habits die hard, you know. Hard to make the switch when I've been calling you that since you were about knee-high.
Well, I'll let you off this time. Back to work. Can you ask your subordinates to stay down for the time being, Colonel?
Is this the spot then? Were you able to calculate exactly where the object is?
Give or take an arch. Judging by the readings, what we're trying to pull up isn't all that big either. Probably about 50 reg. Maybe even less.
You serious? Thought we'd be dealing with a real monster, not something the size of an toy.
Yeah.
Still, if it does turn out to be an artifact, this could get problematic.
Unfortunately, the church isn't going to want to let us keep it, that's for sure. I really cannot stand them. No matter how hard you work to get your hands on something, the second it turns out to be an artifact, they swoop in like it's their goddess-given right to have it. It ticks me off.
Easy there. We don't know for sure that this is even an artifact. Regardless, I'll pass on the message to my subordinates. I'll leave the rest here to you, Gustav. You got it. Let's see what we're dealing with, yeah?
So they fished it out where the liber tank fell.
That's the spot. Go on ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Beginning the salvage operation.
God, that sound just fills me with dread.
Does the salvage crane sound like it's in poor condition to you?
That's not really what I meant. I just can't bring myself to like an artifact. I can't explain how they have the power. They do, but they have it, and it's not something we can ignore. As a researcher, I can barely imagine anything more frustrating. Even when we can't help but be captivated by them. We're well aware that any attempt to solve the mystery is pointless.
I see. When you put it that way, I can understand to a degree how you must feel. Half a year has passed since all the chaos came to an end. And on the surface, we're back to normal.
Half a year, that's what.
But even now, we still don't know what truly happened here or what it signified.
Yeah. Not that I was here to see it all happen, of course.
The crane arms reach the bottom of the lake. I'm gonna attempt to grip the object. Swing and a miss. Moving 30 reg to the right.
Haha, there we go.
Yep, we got it. Want me to pull it up?
Please do.
A moment of truth, huh? Here we go. Look at it shine. What? Oh my. Damn. I see. Still, looking at it.
Correct. There were orbital readings coming from the artifact when we found it, but not anymore. And I'm sure I don't need to spell it out. The significance of that, do I?
No, it's plain as day why you decided to stay and wait for me now. If an artifact has lost its power, it's exempt from the traditional agreement governing them, and doesn't need to be given to the church. That it?
You already understand me so well. We can cut right to the chase then.
The orbital readings disappeared just before we handed the artifact over to the cathedral, as it so happens. It's currently being looked after here, but the formal procedure to transfer ownership have yet to be completed, making its legal owner unclear. So in your expert opinion, what should be done? This is a tricky one. I'm assuming Libero wants to assert ownership of it in this scenario, right? If anything, it's the professor here who wants to do that. I'm really here accompanying her as a representative of the Royal Army.
The only reason it's not lying at the bottom of Valeria Lake right now is because of ZCF's salvage effort. I'd say we have every right to keep it.
From what I've heard, it's completely impossible to analyze an artifact that's no longer active. I don't see how it'd be of any use to your research as things stand. But you're sure you want it that badly?
Absolutely. We're talking about an object found at the site of where a massive flying city used to be. I might not have seen it happen, but it sounds like everything we thought we knew about the world was more or less proven wrong. You know, by the truth that you people in the church have kept hidden from the past. Oh, I don't know. 1,000 years? As for that Ouroboros group, they don't make much more sense to me, guys. The more I hear about their advances in technology, the less I can work out how it's even possible. I don't know what the truth is, or what's really happening here in this land, but I can't stand by and feign disinterest in knowing the answers anymore. And I'm far from alone, as long as there's the slightest chance that artifact
Alright.
could shed light on all of that. I want to know.
I think you made your point, Professor. It's not as though interrogating him will achieve anything.
True enough. Well, you've heard what I've got to say. It's now up to you to tell us what you're going to do. Will you hand over that lump of metal or won't you? Well, that brief hesitation was all it took to spawn a great evil.
Oh.
Hikushi?
No way.
It crawled through the fields, ran through the hills, and spread disaster in the skies above. An excerpt from the Book of Ezra, verse 2, Disaster Unleashed.
Is she the recruit?
I apologize for the delay in coming, Father Graham. My name is Reese Argent, and I'm a squire of the Gralls Ritter. I look forward to working under you.
Huh?
I didn't think we'd end up having more company. Wait a second. Is something the matter? So that's how they think they can get me, is it? But they can't just bribe me so easily. I'm better than that. Maybe I underestimated the Gralls Ritter. They think they can break my will to fight by sending a girl like you my way. But I'm not going to go down so easily because I've got a secret weapon of my own. Behold, the most powerful force in the universe.
Aha, Tita.
Isn't that... That's Tita, isn't it?
How cute. Isn't she? Isn't she? I bet you just want to jump into this photo and squeeze her like a stuffed toy. I should have known. Like you would be able to appreciate the same qualities in others.
She
Really loves her daughter. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, that's why no matter how freaking adorable you may happen to be, you can't take me down because I've got a natural immunity. I beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I'm not really following. You keep saying that someone is cute, but are you referring to me? Who else would I be talking to? You've got such an aura of maturity about you, and yet your features still have the irresistible trace of innocence. And then they throw you into a sister's habit to compliment it. Look at
She has a weird fetish.
If I didn't have my protective field, I'd be in real danger. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying. May I inquire as to the identities of the people with you, Father Graham?
Sure. The lady's Professor Erica Russell of ZCF, while the gentleman is Lieutenant Colonel Sid of the Royal Army. Seriously though, Father Graham, really?
So you're the people who initially discovered the artifact. Thank you for your cooperation in our work. We will take over looking after it.
Why?
That will be all.
Wait a... What?
Hold on a minute. We hadn't finished deciding what to do with it. Perhaps not. But my intention is to save you the time and effort. To do so by making the correct judgment. Whether it has lost its power or not, that is no ordinary artifact. It is potentially related to one of the septarians. I'm surprised that you even think of the option of letting an outsider take custody of it.
I mean...
Well, you sure know how to pick a fight. Go on then. What legal basis do you have for taking it? The agreement with the church quite clearly says that artifacts that have lost their power are exempt from the usual rules. I have no legal basis, but you have no more of one for keeping it. If you're following the agreements to the letter, no one is allowed to assert ownership of inactive artifacts. It belongs to neither you nor me. It is simply an abandoned object with no owner. What? So all you've got is, I don't need a reason, it's mine and that's final? To put it bluntly, yes. Or if that's how you want to play it. What's your take on this? Well, by all means. Me? I thought I'd been kicked out of this conversation. But well, I can't say I don't want to take it back to Arteria. But after all that help Liberal's given us, I'd feel kind of bad just snatching it from them without even giving them a valid reason. Both arguments have a degree of merit, but neither is clearly more correct. I'm not quite sure how you'll solve this one.
do know that you're smack dab in the middle of this too, right? Whoa. My. What is it? Why do you both look surprised? What do you mean, why? Did the two of you not hear that? Hear what? Wait a... Oh.
And it's back to life.
What is that? Wow. No way. The thing wasn't giving off any oval readings at all anymore. 0. Why is it suddenly active? I believe that settles our dispute. It sure does. So the real artifact was inside, huh? I've never seen one quite like it. Looks like a box of some kind. Or a cube, maybe? Oh. I'd like to thank you two for your cooperation in the recovery of this artifact. In accordance with the pact of the church, I, Kevin Graham, will be assuming custody of it from here on out. You and all who aided, you have the Septian Church's deepest appreciation. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Phew, I thought we were never gonna escape. Erica sure doesn't know when to quit. That's a kind way of putting it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing right at the end, though. Just as I thought she'd maxed out her crazy talk to spew, she goes and shouts, well, if you're going to be taking that, then I'll be taking her. Oh my god, she said that. I thought Annalise was one of a kind cuteness freak, but she might actually have some stiff competition. Annalise? Oh, sorry. She's a girl I met while I was here last time.
Yeah. She's a bracer.
About your age, I think. Oh. Reese? Yes? You're not mad at me, are you? For not keeping in touch with you? Father Graham. Yeah? 5 years is a long time. Just as you have changed and progressed in rank significantly during those years, so have I. The Reese Sergeant standing before you is Squire of the Girl Shredder, not the girl you once knew. I'm here to serve and to protect you, nothing more. Come on, Reese. You need not concern yourself with how I feel. If you don't treat me as a subordinate, then there is little reason for me to be here serving you. Aw, that sucks. And with that talk out of the way, we need to board the last international liner out of Grenzel. We should start making our way to the landing port. Wait a sec. Was that your... It was a figment of your imagination. Huh? You seem to be tired, Father Grimm. I see no other explanation as to why you're hearing sounds that clearly don't exist in reality. I think you ought to try and have some rest when we reach the airship.
She's hungry.
As I was saying, I think you ought to try and have some rest. Don't even try and tell me that one was my imagination. Man, for a second I thought you'd changed, but you haven't, not one bit. You're still the same perpetually hungry Reese I remember. This is just a simple psychological phenomenon. My lack of control is proof that I still have plenty of training ahead of me. I can only apologize for my own inability. Since when did not being able to churn off your stomach become something you have to apologize for? Besides, I wouldn't have you any other way. You're forever gonna be the girl who was always getting caught sneaking into the kitchen and trying to stuff her face. I'll be going on ahead. Hey, wait a sec. You're in my way. Move. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to push my luck. I just got carried away thinking of the old times, that's all.
You have no reason to apologize, nor do I see any point in you doing so, because there are few things in this world that carry less weight than one of your apologies.
Damn, finally biting back, huh? Well, I've only got a 50-50 chance of you listening to me. Can you knock it off? With the Father Graham? Or even Father, for that matter.
For what reason?
I don't know. If you're doing it because you feel like... I don't know if you're doing it if you're doing it because you feel like it, or because you want to act all distant, but there's no way I can get used to it, like ever. It weirds me out. So, please, call me Kevin, same as you always did.
But if I refuse?
Then I'll beg you until you change your mind.
I'll get down on my knees if I have to.
You certainly would. Well, you know what they say. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know it's been a while since, but I'm way too set in my own ways.
The one left me.
Sorry, didn't catch that?
It was nothing. Still, I can't very well refuse an order from my superior, so...
Oh, no, you're not playing that game. It's not an order. It's a favor. Very important distinction. Blech.
You're so selfish, Kevin.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Just so we're clear, even if I've changed how I dress you, the fact that I'm your subordinate hasn't changed in the slightest. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I know. We can talk like we used to, but there's no way to turn back the clock to the way things used to be. Oh, and one more thing. We've still got some time until the last airship leaves. So about we head over to the department store on the East Block. We can grab you something you can eat.
I like the sound of that. I propose buying all the bread they have left.
I didn't know you were that hungry. So they've got a bit of a history, which I'm kind of interested in figuring out. I thought you were joking when you said you were going to buy everything they had left. The girl behind the counter looked like she thought you were a freak of nature.
This is just another example of Adios' divine providence. It's better that they're brought by someone who intends to consume them than to have the poor things be thrown away.
Yeah, you're a real bleeding heart, but that much? I hope you're not spending your entire salary on food.
I have you know that you have nothing to worry about. There are few people in this world who know how to make better use of sales and special offers.
Oh, whatever. It's not my business how you blow your mirror at the end of the day. Still, well, I'll give you that. My getup is right up the top of the suspicion charts. I'm pretty sure anyone would be confused if a woman in a sister's habit came wandering into their shop after dark to buy the leftovers.
Stop your grumbling. It's about time for us to leave. We should make our way to the landing port. I'm not sure how much longer my stomach can take it.
Yes, ma'am.
Is something...
We're being followed or watched. Sorry, that stomach of yours is gonna have to wait a little longer.
Unforgivable. I don't know who this fiend is, but as long as I don't kill them, I can go as far as I like, right?
I sympathize, but you might want to calm down a little. Still, whoever they are, they're not very good at tailing people.
Quite. I doubt they have much experience. They do seem to have undergone some degree of training, however.
Yeah. Oh well. Sad to say, but we're going to have to skip today's last airship out of here.
Do you know of a good place to strike?
Oh, I do. I know the perfect place. Music got really sinister in this area.
Hey, it's Gilbert. He was evil too, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
Where did they go? I saw them enter this area. I'm sure that...
It was you, huh?
What?
Pretty sure he was evil.
How did you discover me? My stealth abilities are the height of perfection.
You're just like I remember you. Still way too sure of yourself.
Who might he be?
Well, he's technically part of Ouroboros. He's about as low-ranking a member as you could get, though.
I see. He does look the part. How dare you? I'll have you know I'm very much on top. And now for you, what do you mean he does look the part? You couldn't look more like a nobody if you tried. You're the kind of person who constantly throws himself into things that are too big to handle, and and ends up sabotaging himself without anyone lifting a finger. And you refuse to learn from any of your failures.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, you can leave it there for now. I'm not gonna be printing anything. You know.
You haven't lost your touch. I'm impressed how accurately you were able to judge his character after talking to him for like a second.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even need to talk to him. He oozes irrelevance from his every pore. Ew. Cocky. Well, let's see how long that cockiness lasts. Ugh. Damn. That was quick.
Buster, back on the bed. Buster, come on, boy.
Good boy. Templar sword? So that's what you picked, huh? Just like you chose a bow gun as your weapon of choice, and I chose a Templar sword for mine. That's all there is to it. Gotcha. Impossible. What did you do? I don't even know how I got hit. It's a weapon used by the Grossritter called the Templar sword. The blade's made up of multiple pieces held together by wires that let the user extend it at will. Murder. Anyway, it's time those lips start flapping. What's a wanted criminal like you doing here in Gransil? How much of our business do you know? Why should I have to answer your... Yeek! You don't know when to give up. Start talking. FYI, she's not in a good mood. And, you don't want to make her any madder. It looks like I've got only one option. I'm so sorry, forgive me. I'm only here because I crash landed. I didn't even want to come here. And after I did, I happened to see you two, so I decided to follow you, I swear. Maybe I misjudged him. There might be more to him than meets the eye, in a sense. That's a nice way of putting it. So go on, keep talking. You said you crash landed here. That means there's an Ouroboros airship somewhere near here that you came on, right? No, there isn't. I did crash land, but it wasn't on board a ship. An airship. It was on board this. Uh-oh. What the? He's in archaism? Not so irrelevant now, am I? Show them what you can do, G Apache. Mow them down.
Uh-oh.
Alright, we got this. You have to go through all of his crafts 100%. I don't know if we hit him first or the machine. I'm gonna hit him just because, I guess.
Charge complete!
Jeez, that froze her? Oh, he fell.
So is that the game? He freezes them, then this thing
Does something.
No, you don't. Breaker can. Ow. She does a lot of damage. She's like Laura, I think, from Cold Steel. That's what she feels like with this blade. Really gonna like her.
Take that!
Got him.
Impossible!
Ow.
Take that!
Jeez. I want to get her special. See what hers is. Critical mode. Oh. Oh. Oh, she doesn't get one. I thought she did. Her thing is broke. Chain attack?
You bet! Take that!
How do you miss? That close range too.
Take that!
Okay. Oh, never mind. Is it an attack? It's not. I thought it would be at 200. But he's still...
Holiest of light, act as our shoes. Grab fear!
Got it.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
No. Curse you. Do you have any idea how much I had to go through to earn that?
You really are full of surprises, aren't you? I'm impressed, Reese. You sure know how to get the best out of that thing.
Not at all. I've still got a lot to learn, especially if I want to be half as good as my sister.
Still, I'm no different.
Kevin,
Anyway. I'd wager you're out of tricks now, so... You ready to give up and come quietly? If you don't try and cause any more trouble, I'll hand you over to the soldiers here and leave it at that.
you're planning to hand me over to the Royal Army?
That's your best option. If you really want us to take you back to Arteria, that's cool by me. But if you go with that one, I can't guarantee your safety. I'll leave that one to you.
Eek.
Again?
What was that?
This thing again. It starts glowing so randomly.
Maybe it's reacting to something. What is that thing? What are you planning on doing?
Nothing to you. Don't worry. Shut up for a sec. What's up with this thing? So the time to begin is finally upon us. Well then.
Huh?
What?
When did you...
It's a pleasure to see you again, Kevin Graham. Is this the guy that Joshua fought? His hair looks similar. Traverser of the pathless darkness, repenting of his transgressions with the sin of a stigma forever on his back. Who the hell are you?
Kevin!
Thus my lord was revived and the door opened. Come forth offerings, burned to ashes in the ever-blazing flames. What? Who's that cool-looking dude, though? What happened? Why did I... Where am I? Hey, Reese! Reese, are you okay? What's going on? Mm. Kevin, where are we? Phew, I'm glad you're okay. How are you feeling? Any pain? I feel sick. You do? My stomach's going to implode if it doesn't get any food soon. I'm starting all that food we brought. Sure, I'd normally be just as down for food as you are, but come on. Is that really what you should be thinking about right now? There's nothing in this world more important or fundamental than eating. But if we must change the subject, I remember a strange man appearing, then that cube glowing white all of a sudden. Then... Yeah, I don't remember any more than that either, but take a look around us. Stone bookcases? Are we inside some kind of ruin? No, wait. What? What the hell? We got transported into space. The Hermit's Garden. Yeah, so much for this being an easy assignment. The end of the prologue. Wow. Alright. I'm gonna start chapter 2 next time, but chapter 2 is gonna abruptly start, so you'll get a small intro, I guess, into Phantasma, as it's called. Because it's gonna start by itself, right? Or do I have to click? Just give it a second. I might have to push the button, so I can end it here, and then we'll start chapter 1 on the next part. Thanks for watching the prologue, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, share with a friend, and I'll see you for Legend of Heroes chapter 1.